Now, there's one thing that I live my life by. I believe we are all, amazing human beings. We have great tendencies, great potential in us, and there are certain factors that can lead us into being our best self. Now, the thing that I live my life by is this one simple statement: one life, kill it or regret it. Now, where am I coming from, and how did this line come into my life? I'll take you back to 2016. I was this young, naive kid studying in Australia, doing a master's degree in sport management, close to my grandmother. Now, during her birthday, I used to always, spend like a couple of minutes with her, and she used to always give me some sort of advice, or, life advice that our grandparents give us. She used to always do that. But when I was in Australia, I missed it. So I was like, you know what? I was thinking so much about her. I went to this old age home wherein I could interact with a lot of people. Now, you won't believe, I met a lot of 80-year-olds, 90-year-olds, people close to their deathbed. I said hello to them, asked about themselves, and most of them, nearly 90% of them, started with one statement: I regret. I regret not living the life I should have. I regret not telling that girl how much she meant to me. I regret doing a 9-to-5 job which I hated. The thing was, now they're all in their old age, they're all bedridden, and they don't really have that kind of energy or the time to go back to their younger 20-year-old self or 30-year-old self. And by listening to all of them, I started thinking about it, and I'm like, see, I'm still young. I'm a 30-year-old man right now, living my life, and I pictured myself as a 90-year-old on my deathbed, if I make it to that age, and I need to be on that position wherein I have a smile on my face knowing that I lived my life to the fullest. I killed it and I did not regret it. So I'll tell you more about me then. I studied in Australia, came back, started calisthenics, and calisthenics is a form of bodyweight training. It's derived from the Greek words kalos and sthenics, which means beauty and strength. It is using your own body to build strength, to build endurance, and to do super cool tricks and stuff like that and all. Now, I'm not against gyms or anything, but calisthenics has helped me in a brilliant manner. It's not only helped me get a physically strong body, but mentally, it's been a game changer. And that's what I want to tell all of you people over here. We're all youngsters, we're all in different age groups of our life, we're all on different paths. But there's one important weapon that all of us have over here, which you have control of. And that weapon is the mind. What you tell yourself, you can be the optimist, you can be the pessimist, but you are in control. If you want to live a better life, if you want to be successful, if you want to be happy, it's all in your control. It's very easy for people to, point fingers and blame and say that I'm unhappy because he did this, or she broke my heart and that's the reason why I'm so depressed and sad. But what you need to realize is you're depressed and sad because you choose to be that way. Right now, if you look at me, I'm smiling, and I'm in a very happy place because I choose to be that way. This wasn't the case a few years back. Now, as a young businessman, I studied, I traveled, I do a lot of stuff. I was never given the advice. I never had like a mentor telling me what to do. It was all trial and error. So I made a hell load of mistakes. I lost a lot of money. I made some stupid decisions, keeping a lot of emotions in mind. Now, if you're running a business, it's important to have a good balance of emotional intelligence. If you make too much of decisions using your own emotion, it can come back and bite you. So now I was coming to that. The mind, it taught me so much. Because I was making a lot of mistakes in my business, it kind of ruined my relationships with my family, with my friends and stuff, and I started feeling sad. I started telling people I'm depressed, I'm not happy. Now, it's not like a common cold that you can catch. I chose to be sad. Now you can use, I'm stressing on the word chose. I chose to be sad. I chose to, not feel good about myself. And that started taking a toll over a lot of things. It messed with my relationships, it messed with my business. And there was only one person who I could blame, myself. I could have easily pointed fingers and said that this person didn't do his job right, or that girl gave me a hard time, so I'm not mentally in the state to perform today. But at the end of the day, you are in control. Each and every one of you, I'm sure we are all going through certain problems in our life. We are going through certain obstacles. But the only person who can get over those obstacles and problems and get to your goal is you. Yes, you can use others for help. You can use others for advice. But at the end of the day, you are someone who's got to put in the work. So yes, do you know, like, I've been into fitness for the past 5 years now, a certified coach. And based on certain studies which I read recently, around 12% of Indians are suffering from obesity. And more than 50% of Indians are suffering from abdominal obesity. In other words, a lot of people look at themselves in the mirror and they have this fat belly and stuff like that and all. Now, it's up to you if you want to make that change. There was a time when I was super fat in school. I used to eat a lot of burgers, pizzas, and things like that. I got into sport, and then I went on the other spectrum. I became super skinny. So I've seen both sides of it. I've lived the fat life, I've also lived the skinny life, and now I'm somewhere in between, and I'm quite happy about it. But it was my decision to be here. You know, the power of the mind. Manifest. Manifest what you want to do. I've spoken to a lot of students from here, and it's so inspiring that people are, using their skills, their knowledge to innovate, to do things better. I wanted to bring calisthenics to India. I started it with my park and things like that. And so far, it's been working really well. I wake up every day pumped, knowing that I love what I do, knowing that I've got a long way to go. But at the end of the day, when I started off, it wasn't the same. There were difficulties, there were problems. How did I get over that? The power of the mind. You need to manifest yourself. You need to change the way you speak. There was a time when I used to say, I'll try to do that. I don't use that word anymore. I say, I will do it. That little change from I'll try to I will is a game changer. I've experienced it myself, and I'm telling you all as well. Like, some of you all over here maybe want to get into dancing or get into acting, or someone likes to do painting, or whatever it could be. You could be a successful banker, things like that and all. But at the end of the day, it's important that you manifest yourself on that position, close your eyes, see yourself where you are, and boom, you can get there. Talking about manifestation, around 10 to 15 years ago, that was the first time I actually saw what TED Talk was. And I always had the confidence to speak in front of a crowd. And I manifested that one day, I will be given a TED Talk. And guess where I am today? It did not happen in just overnight. It was years of hard work, toiling. And right now, I'm in the present moment, and I'm actually loving this right now. I'm living the present right now, speaking to you guys. And I know from here, it's just going to be above and beyond. Because the human body, the human mind especially, as I was saying, is a secret weapon. If you use this weapon to your advantage, you can become anything. You can be rich. You can be successful. You can be happy. And I think that's the most important part. You can have a lot of money. There was a time when I was generating a lot of money through my business. But because I was so business-minded, my training went for a toss. I felt I wasn't really progressing like I should have. And even though I was making a lot of money, I wasn't going to bed happy. I used to get up irritated, angry, sad, depressed. The things I kept telling myself that I was. But truth be told, it was all me choosing to manifest these negative emotions. Yes, it is easier said than done. Like, you can say that, yeah, you can be positive, you can channelize that optimistic soul in you. But at the end of the day, you have to put in the work. No matter what you do, what your goal is, where you are, you can always get to a position if you believe. Self-belief is so important. And as I'm speaking today, I'm just glad with the fact that, India as a country, not just India, the youth of this world, we have so much of advantages as compared to our parents. Back in the day, there wasn't really social media, there weren't really phones and stuff like that. So if you want to start a business, if you want to do something, you can create your idea on social media, start promoting it. Initially, you needed, to spend big bucks on banners or to get space on television, the radio, and things like that and all. But right now, you can create your own brand. This was something I never learned. I never learned in college. It was something I learned while I was working. And that's what. Now, talking about living your life and not regretting, that's the thing. It goes back to all those old people that I thought about. They all said, I regret not doing this, I regret not doing that. And I thought to myself, and most of us that I see in the audience are quite young, I want you all to take this in your mind the same way. You don't want to be that 90-year-old on your deathbed saying, I wish I did this. I wish I took that step. I wish I started that business. I wish I asked that girl out, but right now I see her with someone else. And these are things you don't want to have in your life. You can, see, again saying easier said than done. You can go ahead and make those decisions and fail. But it's better to fail than to not try and regret. Because regret is poison, guys. It's not something you want to live with. There are certain things I regretted not doing, or certain things I regretted doing, but the things that I did and I regretted made me learn lessons in life. It turned me from a boy to a man. It made me more responsible. I know I have responsibilities. I know I have things to do. And I just want to use my positivity and energy and throw it out to all of you all to know that, yes, we all have this one life. Give it your best, no matter what you do. Be happy, but at the end of the day, live with no regrets. Because I was saying, guys, regrets is poison. It's not something you want to fall into. Thank you guys for listening to me, and remember, one life,